Hey, hope you're doing well. My name's Austin Moore, and this is my submission for Mobile Electronics Association Top 50. I've been in the industry now for about 13 years. Currently, I'm working at Titan Motoring out of Nashville, Tennessee. I've been with Titan Motoring for just about 2 years now. One of my fondest moments was being called on stage at the awards for Customer's Choice Installer of the Year. That was very emotional for me, but it showed me how much passion I have for this industry, and I think it's just going to continue to grow. I think our industry struggles a lot in the work-life balance. You know, it's really easy to stay late nights. That balance is super important, not just for you as an individual, but for your family at home. And I think it's also important to be selfish, have some time for yourself. Maybe that does involve shop time, but work on your own stuff. Don't be stuck in the shop mindset all the time. So that's something I focused in a lot on this year. I'm getting better at it, and it's something that's going to be a main focus of next year as well. My biggest challenge this year has been thinking if moving away from Titan Motoring, go on to some different kind of lines of work is going to be right for me or not. And I am going to be taking the leap. I will be leaving Titan Motoring. It's going to be kind of bittersweet, but I'm going to move on to some more fabrication heavy things. I'm hoping if Titan Motoring still needs a helping hand that they give me a shout, and I will help out as much as I possibly can. Titan Motoring's definitely opened a lot of doors for me, but I feel as though I would rather spend a little bit more time with some long-term projects than do a lot of in and out work. I think I influence the team's culture in many ways. One is I believe that most of the team members think that I'm a very optimistic person. Some of my teammates probably think I'm a little bit too organized, but I like to think that I'm not organized enough, so I think that reflects as well in the team's culture and makes other people think about their organization as well. If you look behind me, most of these storage containers are mine, but they're filled with shop supplies, so everybody that works around me can benefit from it. I'm a very detail-oriented person too, sometimes a little too focused on the minute details of a project. I think that challenges some coworkers, but I also think that's a big benefit for the team's culture. Challenging a coworker, I think, is really good for upping somebody's skill level, and a little friendly competition never hurts. I also believe that people think that I'm a really trusting person, and I think that helps to have a solid coworker that you can talk to about personal problems that maybe not involve work, but being able to brush some of those things that you can't really talk to anyone at home about. I think that really helps a lot of people. I think my coworkers and customers who get to know me know I'm just a big goofy guy, but I take my work really seriously. My installation specialty has definitely got to be trimming. I am the only trimmer here, and at my last shop I did a lot more trim work than I do over here at Titan Motoring. So I like to give those aspects into all of my installs, which allow me to. So anytime I can make a cool sub box and put a nice stitch in it, or maybe some A-pillars and put a nice positive stitch in it, I definitely like to do that. If I get to build it and then actually trim it afterwards, that's a really cool feeling. My install philosophy is basically trying to confuse people looking at the job and make it look like they don't know what I did. If what I do isn't flashy but it blends in with the OEM, I've done my job correctly if I get my way with it. Now, don't get me wrong, there's definitely a lot of times to go flashy and over the top, especially with trunk builds and things of that nature. And with that, I just like to make people be confused on how exactly it was done. I want them to look at it and not know how it comes apart. I want them to look at it and don't know where the light source is coming from it. Inspired by the car, inspired by the generation in which that car was designed in, and flows really nice. Another installation specialty that I could probably add to my resume is going to be 3D design in Fusion 360 and 3D printing. So that is something that me and Dave Kaz has basically took by the reins and really kind of evolved for Titan Motoring. It's not something they really got into before I was working here. They had a resin printer purchased, but it was never used. Right now, Titan's sitting on 5 filament printers and 1 resin printer, and they get ran every single week. I just hope the customer enjoys it. At the end of the day, they are providing us cash flow for things that we love to do every single day, and they've given us an opportunity to work on something that they obviously love enough to spend some extra money on. I hope that every time they're bumping that bass or opening a center console that's built by one of us or anything of the sort, that they just get a big smile on their face. And, if the customer needs something to maintenance done underneath the sub enclosure or underneath an amp rack or something like that, I hope they come back to us, trust us to take the equipment out that we installed. I hope they see the process in which we take some of this stuff out so they can get whatever service done they need to and have us put the stuff back in the same manner. There's a lot of industry professionals that inspire me every single day. A lot of them I work with. Working beside Dave Koz has just been a miracle in itself. The way that man thinks is like a mad scientist. People like Mike Wilkins, Doug Shook, Terry Dawson, all of them over at Maine. I mean, they do things that, are awe-inspiring as well. We have our old cats like Ray West and Dan Bowman that's no longer with us at Titan Motoring, but are just killing it doing their own thing now. Dean and Nando that give back to this industry every single day. Miguel with Hi-Fi Vega. Everybody at Team Wit, DJ Designs, Avant Garde, AI Designs, Audio Control, Gary Bell especially, Matt Mernthal and Rob Haynes, Mark Eldridge, Sage and all the guys from Sounds Good, Mark Audio, MTI, MSC, probably a lot of people too that I just forgot to mention, but there's a lot of inspiration inside this industry, and the more people I know, the more people I get inspired by. The reason why I think I belong in the top 50 is because I'm never done learning, and I hope to never be done teaching as well. Any chance that I have or opportunity I have to train somebody or a group of people, I'm gonna jump on that. I don't think that I know everything, and I think that I have a lot more to learn as well. But what I do know, I would like to share. I show my mistakes, I think showing mistakes is super important. I think that you get a lot of knowledge from showing your mistakes. I think it's a super important skill to learn how to get back on your feet after you make a mistake. I was able to actually train at Knowledge Fest in Las Vegas this year. I also was able to participate in a training for Master Tech. Those are very awe-inspiring moments for me where I don't realize that some of the knowledge I have benefits so many other people, and I want to continue that. I want to continue sharing that knowledge. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all your time, and have a good one.